How you doing, Leo? Let's get right into this. Let's do a 9-card spread for you. Leo, 9-card spread. Messages for Leo. 9-card spread. First line is you. Second line, the situation. Third line, person or people or what is outside of you, environment. Hey, Leo, you want to talk? Situation. So King of Pentacles. You are manifesting right now. You could be a boss or a CEO, a business owner. Somebody who is definitely comfortable and who is not coming from need or want. Now, something is coming to an end. Possibly a joint business venture or a joint kind of collaboration. Maybe a family business or working together in some way within a family situation. It was a fast and sudden ending. Something unexpected, but something on the same time that had a faulty foundation and possibly needed to end for a while now. It seems like you were funding the situation or being the main, breadwinner within this family situation, Leo. And perhaps you felt like it wasn't serving you anymore to keep feeding it or to keep giving it all of your time and energy, or whatever ending happened. It's definitely ended up in a separation of assets, finances, home or company or business or shared income or resources in some way. Now, situation, 9 of Wands. Now you're defensive towards whatever ending that happened. You know what? Maybe. Now you're defensive towards any past situation that comes in. You feel that you need to guard yourself and protect yourself against the situation that ended in the past or that had to come down. Now, the reason why there is this wounded warrior or defensiveness was because something was found out about the other party. Someone revealed themselves and truth was seen. And whatever truth was seen was that, well, one person was trying to work together and to collaborate and to expand the business or the relationship or friendship, the other person was being quite defensive, was coming from a wounded place, a place of lack, and there was a lack of cooperation and working together, and you feel in some way that it was a lack of cooperation and, even a lack of trust and honesty, because somebody here was wearing a mask, and perhaps you went into this initially, and if it was a family situation, wanting to work together and build something, but it never really quite worked out for you in the end, because somebody was just kind of out for themselves. And once this became known, when you became aware of it, you feel like you needed to protect yourself from it. Whatever truth that made itself known, perhaps it made itself known after the full moon. Usually after the full moon, things tend to just reveal themselves. And whoever you're dealing with, it definitely brought an ending towards the situation as well. Now, this could be someone that you have a long distance relationship with, or someone who lives at a distance, or possibly just you're being defensive because whatever ended, it ended in a way that you feel like somebody was not coming not coming at you in the right way. They kind of had a mask on. They kind of not, even if they didn't have a mask on in particular, you feel like you had to be really discerning about this person coming in because you were hurt in the past, and you want to protect your, all of your resources, your time and your energy, because it seems like there was something about this situation or person or environment that made you feel defensive. Perhaps you were unhealed from prior situations in the past, and it made you quite untrusting. But maybe you've seen something within this person or situation that you really felt like it wasn't right for you, and so you had to put an end to it. Because when this person revealed themselves, it was like an undeniable truth that you couldn't look away from and you couldn't deny and ignore. After this quick, sudden, and unexpected ending, maybe somebody moved, or somebody had plans to kind of end the relationship, or there was a loss of a job or some kind of foundation or shared home or business or family situation. And perhaps either this person ended up leaving rather quickly and unexpectedly, and after this person left, what revealed itself was this person wasn't willing to give to the situation. that they were just kind of around for the time being, and perhaps they didn't see much into it because, it was a long distance thing, or they were just, large general differences, and, maybe a huge age difference, or, a people from different races or cultures, but it was something that really didn't have a lot of practicality in it or the long run. So you felt like you had to put an end to it and let it go because it had no long-term staying power. And perhaps this person kind of held back as well. And after there was this separation, this person kind of ghosted you possibly. And, maybe playing some kind of mind games, or here one day and gone tomorrow, kind of thing. And you felt like this person wasn't offering all that much, and so you're not willing to offer all that much either. And it's really as simple as that. You only want to spend time into things that will have a good outcome for you, a positive outcome which could actually add to your life. And it seems like you have everything that you need after this ending. Now you're looking to build a more stable foundation on your own, possibly invest in a business or a business idea or creative ideas. If you do have an idea, it's definitely time to put some energy into it and build into it. And it has a potential of making, a long-term wealth and family legacy. Now, somebody wants to come in and work with you after this past situation kind of cleared itself out. Maybe it's the same person. Maybe this person has air within their chart, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. They want to work with you and build something together with you. Maybe because they feel that your energy, that you're building things on your own, that you are breaking down faulty foundations, and you are kind of pulling yourself away from all the past hang-ups that were in your life. Now, I've been seeing this dynamic between the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, Leo, for a while now. I don't know if this is brothers or son and father, or friends, or a same-sex relationship, or possibly even a mother-daughter situation. But it's some kind of, maybe it is a business partnership of working together, and maybe somebody went in on some kind of business to work together with you, and you had the monetary gains, organizational skills, like the time and support. But what revealed itself but whatever that revealed itself, you had to be a lot more discerning, because initially you were ready to give to this. And perhaps, Leo, you have a very giving and loving nature, and you like to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and but maybe you're a little too open and giving towards this situation initially, and you tend to think a lot better of people than what they are as well. But of course, we don't want to initially think bad of people, sure, but we don't want to go in a new situation, or a situation in general, thinking everybody would do the right thing, or or the fair thing as you would do, Leo. And perhaps this person was very selfish in the past and tend to take your kindness for weakness. And whenever this person was around, you felt yourself really drained, and yet when you needed help and assistance, they were never there for you, but yet they were there definitely when they needed something. Because whatever this person is coming back in, or they were there at the time, or maybe this became like a dynamic in general of people are going to be reaching out to you because they're going through endings and cycles within their life. Perhaps they are short on cash, or they need some kind of help, and they're definitely coming from a place of lack where maybe in the past that they asked you for money. Perhaps they would like to ask you for money, I don't know. Or perhaps you felt like they've used you in some way in the past, and once this revealed itself to you, you kind of had to make the cut. And that warm and sunny, loving disposition definitely turns quickly when you feel betrayed. And perhaps it even surprised this people, or perhaps it's even a family situation, and perhaps it even surprised these people because they were so used to your kind nature and you just kind of like always helping and kind of like picking up the slack for them. Now, this ending has happened, and perhaps a move is within your future, or whatever this environment entity is going to be moving away. Possibly a new town or home or situation, and there is like a splitting of assets, or just a moving to a different town. And it's something that you feel like you had to do, and it's something that you realize that it was the only way in order for you to obtain your highest goals, because not only did these people kind of use you as that lifeline to pick up the slack, and if they ever needed assistance, they were also quite like, they also sabotaged you as well to make sure that you were still in that certain situation, that they felt you would always be there for them to take care of them, and they sabotaged you that you would never be able to excel in any situation that you were at, even though when they said that they would work with you. And perhaps you had a relationship that was supposed to be give and take, like say if you moved back in with a parent, and if you're a single parent and your parent was, you moved in with your older parent because they were supposed to help out with your child while you worked, and they're like, yeah, work with you, but every time you lived with that parent, it was always hell. That they always kind of expected you to pick up more of the bills, or not watch your kid when you needed it, or any kind of agreement that you initially had with this person to have like a equal relationship. As soon as they had this foundation, or they felt comfortable, then they kind of they reveal themselves that they weren't really there to help all that much. That they were kind of there for their own plans. And you decided to put an end to it because you know that you had to. And you're holding back from anybody that wants to come into your space and feed off your energy again. Because you're in expansion mode. You are building right now, and it's going to take a lot of, like, you know, your mental, emotional, and time and energy in order for you to build upon whatever you're working at, whether it's a career goal, a diploma, or, you know, getting that job, or, you know, building that house, or moving, you know, building stronger foundations where you're at. You're looking to expand something and to build something from the ground up, and not possibly a family business that will bring a lot of wealth, but you have to be logical into who you keep within your space and if they're actually there to support you or to hurt your aspirations. And might even make you feel bad that, you know, like you have a sense of guilt because you were always there for them. But, you know, it's important not to make yourself feel responsible for taking care of everyone around you. It's like, not only is it codependent for people to expect you to do things for them and feed off of everything that you have and your resources, but it's also codependent on your part to possibly overwork for other people. And it's not, is it really helpful for them? Because one, that you're taking that, you know, dignity of earning it for themselves away, or are you doing it to save yourself from the guilt that you kind of like make yourself feel responsible for? It's like you never want to see someone you care about, or even someone you don't care about, like hurt and in need and want, but you'd have to reel in that kind of energy into redirecting it better, because whenever you let that empathetic and loving side of you win, you got the life drained out of you. And you know that a dynamic has to change in order for your life to change. And, you know, you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome with whatever the situation is. And even if it is a shared family unit and system. Because you see it for what it is, and you are now standing up. And, you know, perhaps like this was a family dynamic where, you know, everybody, you were kind of the scapegoat, you know, of the family, and, you know, you were kind of expected to be the doer and, you know, like the overworker, and everybody just puts you into some kind of role. And even if it is a work environment or relationship, they put you in some kind of role that they just expected you to accept that role and just be the overdoer and the caretaker for everybody for the rest of your life. But you knew that something had to end, because you started to feel at one point like a silent desperation and oppression, because you felt your energy being controlled and manipulated for other people's benefit. And you had to cut off that lifeline in order to regain back your vitality and your strength. And now it's you standing up for yourself and standing up for what you believe in, and, you know, making yourself heard. Now, the Queen of Wands, she is someone who is she's like the mean, this is you, Leo. But with the Queen of Wands, you got, could be an occult practitioner, someone who is very psychic and intuitive, someone who is magical, practices the occult, has that passion and drive and vivacious like nature. And it seems like you've had your energy hijacked for a really long time by this family situation or this organization. And now that you've made this decision to let it go, although it was hard for you, in terms of guilt, now you know you have to let that guilt go, because that was a mechanism that was used in order to control you and to pick up the slack for everyone else. Because while they kind of put that in you, like ingrained that into you, like mind control as a child, or perhaps you lived in a child unit system where, like they ingrained in you to be the overdoer and the caretaker and the scapegoat. So you've went through a pattern within your life, through relationships, through children, through jobs, through friendships, through family situations, kind of mirroring the same kind of dynamic in different environments, because it became like a stain upon your soul and a kind of like a natural state of thought of you always thinking about other people and their happiness and their well-being, while you are completely ignoring yours and overworking and feeling bad when you can't do more for others. But now you know that there needs to be a change. You had evolved from that, because every human and person is responsible for their own life, and they have to be. And don't let that guilt control you, because if you continually do for other people, one, they will never do for themselves. Two, you take that dignity away from them that they could do for themselves. And three, you're going to leave yourself depleted from overdoing and doing everything for them, that you will never get what you need done or to progress in life, because you're so involved with other people's drama. And you're no longer working with other people that put a strain on you. You want someone to either support you with your endeavors, of where you're going, or at the very least, well, of course, that's a given, to be supportive. But, if at the very least, don't be expectant of you to take care of them or to do for them. And if anyone comes with that kind of attitude for you, you're gonna cut it off, because you've lived that before, and now you no longer want to be responsible for that. Because if you are a parent, or it's like you got to take care of yourself and your family and your needs. It's like that whole logic, not logic, but that whole saying about burnout and overwork, and perhaps you are overworking, is that, when the plane is going down, you're always supposed to put the oxygen mask on yourself first, and not your passenger or child or loved one. Because if you pass out, then how are you supposed to take care of anything around you? You have to take care of yourself first, and you shouldn't feel guilty about that, because it's everyone's God-given right to go for toward their dreams and goals, and not to feel guilty about it. And it's up to them to be able to reach for it. That's not your responsibility, Leo. And now But you don't know the Hanged Man. You're trying to see things in all perspective. Maybe this sense of guilt is still around. Or somebody wants to come and work with you, but they feel stuck into knowing what to say or how to approach you, because perhaps they left in a kind of crappy way, whether they ghosted you or kind of screwed you over in the past, and now you feel like you have to protect yourself, and now they're afraid of asking or coming towards you because they could feel the change in your energy. You're no longer that pushover like you used to be, or that loving, loyal friend like you used to be. You feel stuck right now. You feel like you have a lot of responsibilities, and you're trying to manifest on top of taking care of the everyday. And you feel like, frustrated that you're not getting to where you're going quick enough. But it's time to be okay within the now. And stressing about not moving quick enough is not going to get the world to turn any faster or your direction to go any faster. It's just going to stress you out. So it's important to try to not to get frustrated at the pace if it's not moving quick enough. If you're feeling anxiety or anxiousness, try to do a guided meditation on YouTube. That could be the practice. Be present in the moment, because, something might be coming around that would be a repeat of any past cycles. If you dealt with them in the past and it ended a certain way. And even if you don't know this person, they want to come towards you, work with you. It's important, and whether it's the same person that this ended with, who wants to come back in now and work with you, it's important to remember that, it's very rare in life that people really change. And although they may seem great in the moment, and they seem nice at the moment, and, they're always on their best behavior when they don't feel comfortable, and they have to be careful and aware about, because they feel worried that you're going to cut them out when before they didn't, because whenever they feel comfortable, they're like jerks, But don't let yourself be fooled if they come wearing a veneer and that, brilliant smile about, coming back, being friends, and like, oh, let's work things out, blah, 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 and have them introduce their representative to you, because whenever we meet anyone or someone's like, we're letting people back in that we shouldn't, you're going to have a repeat of the same thing. It's all sugary sweet, it's all nice initially, but then the moment things get comfortable, it slips right back into the old situation. It's time for you to work on your personal foundation. You're building something, you're working on something, and it's something that was gifted to you from the divine. Somebody wants to also come in and build with you, possibly wants to give you a gift of communication, wants to take you out, has plans for you in some way. But be mindful of what you're working on, the direction that you're going, and who it is that's really coming to offer you anything, because all that glitters is not gold. when you build your own personal foundations using the gifts that were given to you, you'll be less caught up in being deceived by people that want to offer you a pipe dream. You feel stuck, and you have been stuck dealing with a lot of family situations, issues, responsibilities, and you feel like it's a responsibility that's never going to end. And perhaps you're thinking more of the destination, and you're frustrated that you're not there yet and you're not enjoying the moment. But you don't want to look at it like that and be miserable until you make your goal. Because if you do, and you don't allow yourself to be happy within the now, the moment you achieve your goal, you could feel kind of disappointed that you didn't allow yourself to be happy while you're trying to achieve it. Thinking that you could allow yourself to be happy when you make your goal, and then finding out that, it's not as fulfilling as you thought it was. Universe is coming down to slow you down and to be cognizant of all the gifts that you have. And perhaps it's not the right time to let you go at lightning speed. And things are definitely working behind the scenes, and universe can't be rushed. Spirit can't be rushed. If you build strong foundations, steady foundations, building blocks within your life, you'll get a lot of gifts from it. And it's by using the God-given gifts that were given to you. So definitely breathe and take some time out when needed. So don't rush to the destination, but enjoy the journey. But that's what I have for you, Leo. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Donation box below if you feel moved to do so. Sometimes I leave extra notes on the bottom if you'd like to see that. But that's what I got for you, Leo. And love you lots, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.